Angel been fighting to save the postal jobs. Angel was fighting in Wall Street.
But here again, we're here in Manhattan this time, hopefully reaching out to a bigger community. That way we get more people to be aware of what's going on with the post office. And this matter is bigger than just the mail, just the transferring from one location to another. This is about jobs, this is about money, it's about privatization and the future of the post office.
Ridiculous in any other company where you're going to have to pay from people that are not even working, they're not even retired. Okay, this presidential credibility, I don't know where Bush came with that, but this is just an attack to privatize the postal service, because $5 billion in money to pay for the postal service is self-sufficient. They make enough money to support themselves. There is no revenue. If you go to the poor community, you see that the line is out of the door in the sidewalk. So how would the postal service claim that they're losing money?
It works, and they would like to take it. The problem is that it's in the hand of the workers, and it's self-sustaining. It's in the hand of workers in the black community and the press community and workers overall, and they like to just take this and use it for their own. It's no problem. Official mail from Postal Service, and it had my address on it, my apartment number. It's an urgent, and it's an open. And inside of it, it actually say a discontinuance of services due to your post office, which is a Fulton Street post office on 9th and 15th Street. And they said that due to the lack of sales and stamps and other related work, it might be a discontinue where this office might be closed. And we invite you to a public hearing on 14th and 9th, Our Lady of Lords Church of Guadalupe, to a hearing. So in other words, 2 days after a national outreach by the postal workers, and we appealing to Congress and the Postmaster General, we get this in the mail saying we're having a hearing. So what they're saying, in other words, they're going to close the post office anyway. It doesn't make any difference. So I have a concern to try to save these jobs, because Obama is talking about cutting the 6 days of postal service. How are you talking about having a job program if you're talking about laying 200,000 workers off and taking a day from workers all over the country? What kind of job program is that? The other concern is who suffer from these closings. Across the street from the Fulton Street, where they're closing the Chelsea post office down there on Fulton, it's a housing project called Fulton Housing. You got 900-something residents in that housing who depends on mail. You have homeless people who depends on mail. How would someone disabled go from some place to that place if you close in this particular post office at? You have schools. These are the people that will be affected besides the workers. So it's a concern of not only the job, but a concern of service that be taken away from myself, my neighborhood, but also the stores and stuff in the neighborhood of related jobs that will close down once you close these offices down. So it will take a community as well as working with the union. Community like my organization, Parent School Organization, like the Chelsea Organization, Housing Organization, Association, have to all join together to fight with the postal workers for our service and for their jobs.
La mayoría de los inquilinos con los que yo trabajo son gente de muy bajos recursos, es gente que depende de los correos postales, porque ni siquiera tienen, muchos de ellos, el 50% de las personas con que yo trabajo no tienen dinero ni como para tener una cuenta de bancos, por lo tanto tienen que venir al correo a sacar giros postales para pagar su renta y otros pagos. También dependen para mandar cajas y paquetes, porque sigue siendo la forma más económica de mandar paquetes. Las otras compañías privadas son mucho más caras. Aquí piensan cerrar el correo de la calle 15 y la 9ª Avenida, Eso está bien cerca de los proyectos Fulton Houses, que están entre la 17 y la 18. Toda esta población de bajos recursos, que son 950 unidades, quiere decir que ahí hay como 5,000 habitantes por lo menos. Todos ellos dependen del correo de la 15 y la 9ª Avenida. Esto es una injusticia, aparte del servicio que le están negando a la comunidad. ¿Qué es eso de que el gobierno habla de crear empleos y luego van a despedir cientos de miles de trabajadores? ¿Y qué pasa con todo ese dinero que sí lo tienen, solo que el Congreso les ha forzado a pagar por adelantado los retiros? Posiblemente si no estuvieran obligados a hacer eso, no tuvieran desbalance económico que dicen que tienen. Es un desbalance creado.
This particular facility probably, almost certainly will not close, but there's a number of other facilities that are severely threatened. The Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, as well as a number of other places around the country. And they won't compensate by having more people here for the amount of mail that will get shifted here. I mean, already we're running very short-handed, stretched out, and it'll just get worse. And it's, you know, and it's not just the Bronx, which is under the most severe threat, but Flushing and Brooklyn are on what they call watch lists for closing. You know, these are big places. These are even bigger facilities. Yeah. As well as a bunch of them in New Jersey and elsewhere around the country. In 2006, was still a Republican Congress and was still a Bush administration, passed, I think it was called the Postal Accountability Act, which mandates the post office to pre-fund all the retiree benefits for the next 75 years in the space of, I believe, about 10 years. No other government agency, no other private corporation faced such a thing. My own feeling is that it was a setup deliberately to bankrupt the post office so that these folks who passed the bill can come back and say, see, it's bankrupt, it's not working, we have to privatize it. You know, it's in short, it's making us into Walmart.
Save the post office! We don't need to shut them down! Woo!
Save the post office, save your job.
Save the post office, brother. Save those jobs.
Save the post office right here.
Save the post office.
Save the post office. Save the job. Save the post
Good
office.
job! Keep them open! Keep them open! Keep them
Post office
open!
open. Save the job. Keep the post office
Save your
open.
job! Keep the post office open!
Keep it open.
Y'all need your job! Keep the post office open! Come on!
Keep the post
Save
office
your
open.
job! Keep the post office
Keep
open!
the post office open.
Keep the post office open! We need the post office in our community!